Is this really going to be the new normal?
Now make peace with this new reality.
This is the new normal.
Virtual interactions, changed lifestyles, reformulated reality.
6 months ago, the world was uprooted and India was forced to go into a lockdown.
With people wanting to go back to normalcy, the question was, is the old normal really normal?
In 2019, 7 out of the 10 most polluted cities in the world were in India, and the PM 2.5 levels were 150 times higher than the WHO prescribed limit.
46% of this pollution was caused by stubble burning, the practice of intentionally setting fire to the straw, a byproduct of harvesting. In northern India alone, more than 80% of the total stubble produced is burnt every year.
These alarming figures did not hold us back but made us introspect. It's time we can change it for the better. It's time we redefine the term normal.
In Nactus Hansraj, a team of 60 passionate students decided to take this issue head on.
By transforming mindsets,
Redefining traditional practices.
Empowering our change makers.
And battling the evils plaguing the society.
And out came Project Vriddhi, an initiative conceptualized to curb stubble burning by utilizing it for productive purposes, currently functioning under 3 diverse verticals.
The crisis in the agrarian industry of India, which employs nearly 70% of the nation's working population, has led to the exploitation of the Indian farming community by the hands of middlemen transcending all boundaries of states and climate.
Every year, the farmers of Punjab and Haryana burn more than 35 million tons of stubble due to lack of alternatives.
With hardly any money to spare, farmers are left with no choice but to burn stubble to afford even the basic necessities of life.
This is where we sense the possibility of building Tabdeel, our very first vertical, which aims at uplifting the farmers by acquainting them with stubble-based organic mushroom cultivation. But the question was, why exactly the mushroom industry?
During our research phase in 2018, we found that the mushroom industry in India is highly untapped and is growing at an average growth rate of 4.3% per annum.
Moreover, every 100 kg of stubble when used as manure could yield as much as 70 kg of mushroom, presenting ample income earning opportunities for the farmers.
To convert our vision into reality, we commenced our work in Harsana Kala, where we met Yogesh, a farmer oblivious to the benefits of mushroom cultivation. With the help of Ayurved Foundation and JBNR Trust, we conducted 30 plus sessions impacting more than 650 farmers, creating awareness that mushroom cultivation can be an alternative to stubble burning.
After getting 10 farmers on board, we initiated their training with help from Haryana Agro-Industrial Corporation.
What started with just 10 farmers slowly grew into a family of more than 160 farmers by 2019. Our next step was to collectivize our farmers into a farmer-producer organization, reaping the benefits of collective bargaining and monetary grants by the government.
Today, our farmers are producing 500,000 kgs of mushrooms, which are sold to leading retailers like Banjosh and Golden Crown through a B2B model, and yielding a total revenue of Rs 37.5 million, increasing their incomes by as much as 30%.
To make sure that our model is sustainable in the long run, 15% of the total profits of each farmer are redirected to the FPO, while maintaining 5% as Nactus Hansraj's reserve, ensuring financial stability.
Ensuring price stability, we also decided to enter into 9-month price contracts periodically so that our mushrooms are sold at a competitive price of Rs 75 per kg.
Another objective of ours was to make these farmers independent. To achieve this, we devised the Projected Independency Metric, a feedback analysis mechanism to monitor the results of our farmers.
113 farmers are expected to become completely independent by 2020, which is 49% of the total base. This ensures that our farmers are gradually moving towards self-reliance.
But were farmers the only community that could benefit out of stubble? This is when we met Jaya, a housewife living in a small locality in Dwarka who told us about the barriers that restrict women in her area to household chores.
this problem was coupled with the potential disappearance of the Indian handicrafts industry, home to an estimated 6.8 million artisans who feel threatened due to rising urbanization.
In June 2019, to solve these problems, Project Vriddhi gave birth to Shilpkari, aiming to revive the handicraft industry through our skilled women entrepreneurs.
The first step in our process was the discovery that raw stubble can be converted into pulp sheets, which in turn can be used to develop marketable handicrafts like lamps and paper bags. However, as easy as the process seemed, we knew that we would need the support to ensure that the products can be made by our 20 women entrepreneurs.
This is when we collaborated with Kriya Labs, an IIT Delhi-based startup which provided us with technical assistance to help us commence our operations. We further joined hands with Seva Bharati NGO for helping us with community development and training workshops in Jaya's locality in Dwarka.
With the handicrafts industry being a highly tapped market, it became extremely important to differentiate our products from our competitors to ensure sustainability in the long run.
The USP of our handicrafts lies in the fact that our products are not just an output of waste material but are also eco-friendly, cost-effective and a close substitute for single-use plastic.
Shilpkari currently works on a B2B model which ensures that the product reaches the market for further retail. To establish systematic market linkages, we further collaborated with leading market players like Fab India, Priti Creations and Greenotech to ensure continuous scalability in our sales.
The revenue is earned through a commission-based system which directly goes into the hands of our women entrepreneurs. Today, Jaya along with our 49 other women entrepreneurs annually earn an average of Rs 21,000 each, giving them a sense of financial security and self-sustenance.
However, one problem that was present in both our communities was the issue of open defecation linked to lack of hygiene and improper sanitation.
More than 30% of rural households in India do not have access to something as basic as toilets.
Ironically, even the ones with access to toilets do not use it by virtue of their functionality and unwillingness to change their habits.
Realizing this opportunity, we felt compelled to intervene and came up with our latest endeavor, Nirman, wherein our Wonder Element stubble is compressed into stubble boards under high pressure to construct durable and cost-effective toilets.
Our one such single establishment puts 800 kilograms of stubble into productive use, avoiding it from being burnt.
The stubble boards are tenacious in nature and serve as suitable alternatives to conventional brick and mortar structures. They are highly durable with proper drainage mechanisms and termite resistance.
To ensure a permanent and a strong supply of stubble boards for the construction of our washrooms, we established a link with EcoBoard Pune, a leading manufacturer in this field.
Over a course of 2 months, we then conducted 35 plus community development sessions in 20 plus communities, sensitizing people about the benefits of using toilets.
With more than 100 families having no access to any degree of toilet facilities and sanitation, we finally narrowed down to Arthala, a small slum in Ghaziabad. Leading them to a healthier lifestyle, we established our first ever washroom facility in October 2019.
With respect to seeking permission for the establishment of the toilet, we directly got in touch with the local government body of Arthala to accelerate the process.
The cost of a single washroom under Nirman is around Rs 40,000, which is financed through the reserves generated by the activities of Enactus Hansraj and other verticals of Project Vriddhi.
Nirman functions on a by the community for the community model. Our washrooms are effectively managed by the member of the same community acting as our entrepreneur.
The revenue is earned through two main sources, a subscription-based daily pass and a one-time use basis. The amount charged is variable depending upon the paying capacity of the community.
In 8 months of operation, for daily pass users paying a fee of Rs 3 per day and one-time users paying a fee of Rs 2 per use, it accounted to a total revenue of Rs 60,500 for our entrepreneur Rizwan.
Through regular training and feedback sessions, we aim to equip our entrepreneurs with the required skill set to manage routine operations like bookkeeping, developing a sense of self-reliance in them. However, Arthala is just one of the many slums in India fighting open defecation, which makes us realize the long road we have ahead of us.
With this aim, we intend to expand Nirman by collaborating with pan-India organizations such as Sulabh to establish an extensive network of washrooms.
Such are the stories of Yogesh, Jaya and Rizwan whose lives have been transformed by Vriddhi's unfettered efforts.
Building upon our strengths like the sustainability of our models, shoring up our weaknesses like lack of technical expertise, investing in future opportunities like government schemes, and monitoring the threats like preconceived notions has been the mantra for Project Vriddhi's success.
However, 6 months ago, with the threat as ambiguous as COVID-19, everything went on halt, which called for reassessment of our business models to ensure that Enactus Hansraj adapts to the new normal.
To boost our post-harvest operations in Tabdeel, our FPO has applied for subsidy on cold storage facilities under the Indian government's economic stimulus package.
At the same time, our women entrepreneurs have shifted the production process from an assembly line to end-to-end operations to ensure social distancing.
In Nirman, to ensure proper hygiene and safety, we installed hand sanitizing stations outside our washroom.
The next step was to formulate our expansion plans for the upcoming year to ensure proper scalability. To expand Tabdeel, we aim to start our work in other areas, one such being Gurdaspur, scaling up our operations by as much as 74%.
In Shilpkari, we plan to have 90 women entrepreneurs on board with us. We also plan to sell our products on our very own e-commerce platform, adding a new dimension to Shilpkari's business model.
In Nirman, we aim to construct a total of 14 washrooms by July 2021 to ensure maximum people have access to our eco-friendly washrooms.
Broadening our horizons further, we plan to introduce a new vertical in partnership with Enactus Munich. With the aim to replace traditional cook stoves used in rural homes, we are all set to establish state-of-the-art stubble to biogas systems in multiple states of India.
What started with just one vertical today functions under 3 diverse verticals, uplifting more than 281 entrepreneurs and impacting more than 700 lives directly, showing us the wonders of perseverance.
With a revenue growth of 43.3% from last year, Project Riddhi generated a total revenue of rupees 38.2 million and a total profit of 22 million this year, which is expected to grow at a rate of 67% in the coming year.
Considering the instability induced in the markets, the total number of orders also witnessed a fall of 20% this year. However, these orders are expected to grow at a rate of 42% next year, showing signs of recovery.
With the demand of mushrooms remaining constant, the total number of sheds witnessed a growth of 50% this year, with the expectation of it increasing to 67%, scaling Riddhi to even greater heights.
We further evaluated the constant growth percentage in the number of our entrepreneurs, with a projected rate of 75% as compared to 86% in a pandemic-free world. Our entrepreneurs are projected to grow, ensuring continuous scalability to our business models.
In our 2 years of operation, we have also prevented 580 tons of straw from being burnt, stopped 8.4 lakh kgs of carbon dioxide emissions, and most importantly, prevented 1.1 lakh kgs of ash from being left behind.
With an unflinching zeal to bring about change, our large-scale impact has not only been recognized by prestigious organizations like Walmart and KPMG, but also covered by vernacular newspapers like the Indian Express, appreciated by the Health Ministry and lauded by several renowned personalities like Dr. Bindeshwar Pathak.
Our Enactus journey has been more than just work and appreciation. It's also been about fostering relationships,
Nurturing minds.
Changing outlooks.
And uplifting lives.
In October 2012, a team of 60 dedicated students decided to change the world for good. And 8 years down the line, we have successfully established 12 projects across 10 cities, fulfilling 14 SDGs, ultimately impacting
35 differently abled,
50 marginalized women.
70 drug addicts.
800 farmers.
and 900 plus children.
With this spirit in mind,
We believe in entrepreneurship.
We believe in action.
and we believe in us.